everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Kiana and I like to make pharmacy technician videos here and there to help you guys out if you want to become a pharmacy technician. In today's video, we are going to go over what to expect when you take the PTCB exam. So I wrote the things down on my phone, so I'm just going to read down what I wrote. If I keep looking down, that's why. But I'm just going to kind of go from the top to the bottom, and at the end of the video, I'm going to do a few little tips on what worked for me when I took my PTCB exam. So first things first, in order to take the PTCB exam, you have to make an account. So you go on the PTCB website and you obviously enter in all your information, and it's $130 to take the exam. Depending on if you're working or not, if you are already a pharmacy technician, I would double check with your company because my company paid for it and I worked for CVS before. So always just double check if your job will pay for it or at least reimburse you. The other thing to note is if you are going to cancel your PTCB exam, you have to do it at least 24-hour notice before the exam starts. So if anything comes up, just don't forget to do that or you don't get your money back. So the PTCB exam is 90 questions and 10 of them are unscored. We won't know. Ash, excuse me, what are you doing? We have a star of the show, sorry guys. As I was saying, so there's 90 questions and 10 are unscored, and we don't know which ones are unscored. So you just act like they're all scored, and then I don't know if it's randomly chosen which one. What? Okay. So when I went to take my PTCB exam, it was in a suite. When I got there, it was pretty legit. They had to like scan my hand. They scanned my glasses to make sure that there was like no wires or anything hidden that was like telling me what's in my, or giving me the answers in my ear. So it was pretty serious. They also take your picture and then you give them your name and all that stuff. I got there pretty early. I think I got there about 30 minutes early, and when I got there and I did all the palm readings, when I did my palm and I gave them my name and everything, they told me that there was a spot open to take the test, so it was up to me if I wanted to take it early, or I could have just sat in the waiting room until I was ready. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my kitten. Stop it! Stop! He is attacking my toes. So what I did is I waited in the waiting room, and on a little card I wrote the conversions that I was having the most difficult time with while I was studying the few weeks before. So I just kept looking at all those conversions, saying them over and over and over in my head until I thought I was ready to go. I let her know I was ready, and then they brought me in, and when you go in and your test begins, you have a whiteboard that you can write things on. So I was studying the card in the waiting room so I could get there right away and write it down on the whiteboard so I wouldn't have to remember it for the entire 100 questions throughout the test. 90 questions throughout the test. So that's what I personally did. So I did go a little bit early, just not right then when she asked me, and I just went up and told her, okay, I'm ready now, and she let me go. They also offer you headphones, at least at the testing center I was at, because it blocks out sound. So if you have any issues with that, they should be able to accommodate and give you headphones. They give you 9 pages, like a 9-page notebook. And if you need more paper, I believe you can request it, but they just start off with 9, and then they give you a Sharpie marker as well. At my testing center, and I believe this is for most of them, but for my testing center, you can have water bottles and you can have bathroom breaks, but you can't have any type of food, other drinks, chewing gum, anything like that. Headphones that are like your own brought in headphones, they provide you the headphones. So then, finally, you're in there, they checked your glasses, you wrote your stuff down on your paper, and you click the PTCB exam, and you're gonna have like a tutorial on how to take the exam. So you watch that for a little bit, and then you'll be able to begin taking the exam. There is a calculator on the computer, but if you are someone that's like me, I couldn't use a calculator on the computer. I needed a handheld calculator for whatever reason. So you can do an accommodation and you can request that beforehand. So I requested that beforehand when I got there, that I needed the handheld calculator. So if you're like me, don't forget to request a handheld calculator. That is kind of what to expect for your PTCB exam, and then obviously you take the exam, which I also have videos on studying and my personal ways that I studied and passed my exam. A few tips, and I'm going to do another video with a deeper in-depth studying material and more tips, but I'm going to give you guys a few tips on what I did with my exam. Flag all the questions you're unsure of. If you read a question and you are starting to realize like you're blanking and you're like, and you feel it's even going to be longer than 20 seconds to answer the question, flag it, go to the next one. That helped me so much. I finished the test in an hour, and then I believe I had about an hour and 15 minutes left, but when I got to the end of the test, I had about like 20 questions that I flagged that I could now go over. Sometimes certain other questions throughout the test will help you remember an answer to another one. So that was very, very helpful for me. I think that like saved me, honestly, because now I was like, wow, I have an hour and 15 minutes. I can take my time and I can finish this exam and answer these questions. I flagged all my math as well for the end, so that's probably why I had like 20 that I had flagged at the end. Math was not my strong suit, I should say. So it was just something that usually takes me a little bit longer and stuff, so I really saved that for the end. I wanted everything that I already knew fresh off my brain to just be answered out of the way, and the things I struggled with, I could flag, look at my conversions that I tried to remember from the waiting room and wrote down on the piece of, or not the paper, the whiteboard. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember these words? Definitely no brand versus generics, because a lot of times we will use generics most of the time, but then there are certain medications where we use brand more just because there's more of the brand, or more insurances cover the brand versus the generic, whatever the situation is. Know your adverse reactions, so that's to like medications. Know things like when it comes to age and like elderly people, they're a lot different, and obviously children, than just normal adults. Elderly people might not be able to take a certain medication that I would be able to take. So just make sure you know that, because that's life or death for people, and that's super important, and it's going to be on the PTCB exam. The last thing I would say is know your laws. Know your laws, just know them. Know them and try to figure out the most important ones by looking at the PTC blueprint, and it'll tell you the things you really need to know, but just know your laws. Know them. I hope you guys liked today's video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified for whenever I post, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is my little kitten. He is a big guy. I've never introduced you guys to him, but if you guys like cats, this is Ash. His mommy was a tabby cat, and dad was either Siberian or Maine Coon. They were thinking Maine Coon. He's huge, this huge gray big cat, but the more I see silver Siberians, it's more of his coloring, so I think he may be a Siberian. He's got like a little bit of white, and then he's got his tan belly. He's got a lot of silver in areas. Okay, this video is way longer than it should be, so I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.